The other skill that they had with the intention, which sits right in the middle, is that they had this great word called recasting. So think about recasting. Recasting is the skill to work it through. Do you know how some tragedy can happen, and I like to think I'm one of them. I'm in the hospital, my daughter passes away, I pass out finding out about it, you know, like she's not coming back. I'm out of my body, pass out cold. Do you know what it was the first thing I said when I woke up from passing out? It must have been her, right? I said, we're going to spin this into gold. Somebody get me someone quick about organ donation. That was my first thought. Okay, so do I have the skill to work it through? I like to think it was my daughter. Don't give me credit. I was passed out. I'm not that fast, okay? But my point is that I was able to go, do something, okay? We're doing it today by showing up here and turning it into gold. Taking this terrible day of tragedy and grief and, right, and we're sitting here giving positive energy to things that we can do to heal the planet. I mean, if you don't know that's why you're in the room, let me remind you, that's why you're in the room. So the word recasting is really the ability to work it through. Kind of cool. Who can give me the time right now? Oh, God. Okay. So we talked about grace. I love grace. Next child I have in another life, going to be a little girl, going to call her Grace. Okay, grace, grace, grace. The grace of God. I'm going to tell you a story about when you grace someone's day. We're going to talk about grace. Have you ever been graced? Have you graced someone's day? Have you gone out of your way to grace? Okay, I'm going to tell you a true story, and then I'm going to ask for one of you to share one of your own. Carolyn Mice, Miss, thank you. Studying with her in Montreal, she went out on the internet and she asked, I want stories of grace. And so this guy stepped forward. A New Yorker again. All my stories are around New York. Coincidence? I don't think so. But anyway, so this guy had woken up one day and he said, today's the day. I'm going to kill myself. And out he went into the streets of New York, contemplating how. Okay? Maybe carbon monoxide, maybe those pills, not sure, got that gun, where's that? And he's thinking, thinking, thinking as he's walking, walking, walking. And all of a sudden, this little girl in a beetle bug with a little daisy, you know what I'm talking about? The little beetle, you know, the daisy in the car, brushes up, and this guy's at the thing, and he's waiting for the streets to pass. And she looks up and she goes, and buzzes off. He's standing there in that moment contemplating his suicide. And she fills him with joy, just a smile, a simple smile. Okay, and buzz, she didn't know him. And it was that moment that he went, today's not the day. Pretty cool, right? So when Carolyn was asking for these stories, in shares this guy of this story of grace. Okay, and so the point is this. We can save people's lives with our smiles, okay? If we just take the moment to just do this. It sounds so simple, people were complicating this. It is just that simple. So gracing someone's day is just a smile. It's just taking the moment to get up, Trish, when you come through the door and say, how you doing? Happy you're here, okay? So I'm gonna ask you all, intention for today for you to spread this on is to grace someone's day. Here, okay? Find out. Someone opens up the door for you, the rudest thing you can say is, I got it, I'm fine. How rude, okay? Thank you. And go out of your way to say thank you. You just made my day. Go out of your way to grace someone's day, okay? One story of grace, can you share? Anybody got one nugget? Really? There's not a nugget in the room? Okay, give you one more chance. Think about a day that you were graced or a day that you graced somebody. Does anyone have one small story they would like to share? Thank you. I had a hard time believing there's no grace in the room. Please share.
I was walking into the food co-op in Montpelier and, trying to remember my list, kind of completely self-absorbed, not paying attention to anybody else. And this woman walked in next to me and she said, thank you, you're such a beautiful reminder. Okay. What? And she said, you just stand so straight. This was thank you so much. I really need to stand up straight. And
I love it.
So I didn't have to do anything.
What a great example. What's your name? Betsy, what a beautiful name. Not what she expected, right? I mean, thank you for smiling. You reminded me to stand up straight. That's gracing someone's day, right? I love that. Okay, so we're going to move on to this thing that we talk about, beliefs. And I always do this. Every workshop I do, I'm going to get you to say it 5 times because it's really quite amazing. And once you get the energy of it, you really know why, okay? I'm going to say it once. It's pretty simple. Beliefs are just thoughts that I'm thinking. Esther and Jerry Hicks. So are you ready to say it 5 times with me? Okay, let's do it. Beliefs are just thoughts that I am thinking. Beliefs are just thoughts that I am thinking.
Beliefs are just thoughts that I am thinking. Beliefs are just thoughts that I am thinking. Beliefs are just thoughts that I am thinking.
Can you remember that, people? Yeah. It's easy, right? Beliefs are just simple thoughts that you were thinking. So think about your beliefs shaping your tomorrow, because thoughts have energy and things, and everything, right, creates from what we believe. So at the core of you and what you believe shapes your today, your tomorrow. I want you to pay close attention to what the hell you believe, okay? Because if you're not happy in your current situation, it might just be your beliefs. Okay, we're going to talk about some of those beliefs and those belief statements. Whenever you get into that headspace, back to ego, it would be great if you could say that 5 times for yourself, okay? So I'm going to get rid of some today. Here's my pet peeves. I put them out there for you to see, okay? These are belief statements, and we're just going to go through some of them before we move on to our meditation. Okay, here's one I hate. Oh, other people have it worse than me. That's another workshop. It's the law of relativity, okay? There's only so much time in the day. We're going to give examples of these. Tomorrow's another day. It's only going to get worse, you know? And it is what it is. Jess, you know this. She says this in my office, and I'm on her. It is what it is. Okay, we're going to talk about these belief statements. And I'm going to tell you, back to Michael. This man's taught me more about being happy than anybody, okay? You know, when you're in your day, right, there's only so much time in the day. It's a classic, right? You think of your list that you all have to get done. So I'm dating this man, and does it seem like I have a lot of energy? Yeah. Does it seem like I can get a lot done in a day? Again, okay? But I have high expectations of every day. So he gets up in the morning and he goes, what do you want to do? I go, oh my God. I'm like the border collie, okay? I want to go to work, and then I'm going to see my mom and dad, and then I want to go hiking, and let's work out downstairs, and don't forget, let's maybe a movie, you know? And this guy's like looking at me. Now, in my old relationships, the men that I have dated and I seem to have attracted would have just, you know, stopped me early in the day. Holy moly, Jane, there's no way. I can't do all that. Well, pick 2, you know, and we'd be out the door. Okay, not Michael. Michael looks at me when he hears my long list, and by the way, he's got 5 things too, okay? He goes, let's do it. We can do it all. What'd you say? Let's do it. We can do it all. We can. Okay, we can. Out the door we go. And you know what? We do. We get it all done. We can have it all. How cool is that? But here's the truth. I believe that. Now, this is my version of my belief. If you don't believe it, you will sit there today, and I assure you will not get it all done. If you go to work on Monday and you go, I heard that girl speak. She said that. That's her life, not mine, because you know what? Look at my day. Obviously, she doesn't have what I have, okay? That's your choice, okay? But I'm telling you, I do it all. I can have it all. I am it all. I believe this, and I live it. And guess what? It shapes my experience. Okay, so, oh, family story. Sorry, my father is Alzheimer's. Oh, I forgot my bracelet. She's got beautiful bracelets back there. I remember you. See Nancy in the back. Raise your hand, quick. Woohoo! So my dad's got Alzheimer's, and you know, Alzheimer's it gets worse. It does. It just, you know, the mind goes, you know, and the whole bit. So my whole family is rallying around getting my dad the care that he needs. And every day this is what they say. Well, you know, it's just going to get worse. Well, you know, it's just going to get worse because Alzheimer's gets worse. I get that. So finally, you know, like months in, I'm listening to the language of my family, and I'm you know, doing these workshops, okay? I'm walking the walk, and I turn to my mom, the matriarch, and I say, really, Mom? Are we making decisions to make this worse for Dad? Are we going to get up tomorrow and it really is going to be worse? So every decision we've made up to now is in the detriment of his health? Or are we making steps towards the better decision? God help me help you. Can we stop saying this? Okay, and my mom, has to start with your mom, right? Mom goes, you're right. And so my whole family hopefully changes the language. We don't make decisions to make things worse. Okay, Alzheimer's gets worse. Deal with it, okay? I get that. But I'm making decisions to make it better for my family. Okay, so are you with me? Yeah. Okay, so, last one and then I'm done the peeving, okay? It is what it is. How many people work in corporate America? Policies change, right? Getting up, right? Have you said this before? Raise your hand if you said, it is what it is. Okay. Is it part of your daily language? Throw it out. It is so negative, okay? It is what it is. The hair goes up on the back of my neck. I went into one of our banks, okay, for MBT, sorry, and a woman has it over her desk. Probably to do with overdraft fees, I don't know, but it is what it is, right? And I'm like, really? Okay. So there's a better saying. Same energy, same statement, just feels different. And here it is. Sonia Chiquette says this. And so it is. Say that out loud. And so it is. Okay, so when you're in a situation, and I challenge you, if you hear this word, stop them. Another way to say that is, and so it is. It's just acceptance, isn't it? Don't you love that? Love it. Hate these, love those.